Not feeling any better?
No.
Maybe you should see a doctor, darling.
I don't want to see a doctor, darling. What I want is a drink. Oh, I want to make sure we're on that morning flight. You check in for us. I'll meet you in the bar.
How do you do?
Good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Marlowe. My husband wired for a reservation.
Mrs. Marlowe? Oh, yes, we have a charming suite for you on the 8th floor, Mrs. Marlowe. However, I must implore your patience. The suite is not quite ready.
We'll be in the bar.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Marlowe.
World Association of Cocktail Bars. All the same, aren't they? Christine, I'm sorry I snapped at you. Forgive me?
I wish we could stay in Hong Kong longer.
It does seem kind of silly to run out when we've never been here before.
Well, it's just that I don't want our trip to end.
It's been fun, honey.
Mr. Marlowe, Mr. Frank Marlowe.
It's funny. I don't know anyone in Hong Kong. Nobody even knows we're here.
Mr. Marlowe.
Oh, there you are, John.
Telephone call.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Frank Marlowe, call operator 2. That's what it says.
Well, who could it possibly be?
I don't have any idea. I'll be right back, honey. Order me another one of those, will you?
Thank you. Has Mr. Marlowe been to the desk?
Mr. Marlowe? I don't believe so, but then I've never seen your husband, Mrs. Marlowe. When you came to the desk to inquire about the suite, you were alone.
Well, is our suite ready?
Yes, I believe it is. And the key seems to be gone.
Well, Mr. Marlowe must have taken it and gone to our rooms.
It's 8:09.
Thank you. Do you think the airport might have called him?
I doubt that, Mrs. Marlowe. There's been no change in the flight plan.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. There was a call for Mr. Marlowe, but he never came to the telephone.
He didn't take the call?
No, Mrs. Marlowe. Finally, the party hung up.
Well, who called? Do you know who called?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Marlowe. We have no record of that. Crown Hotel? Yes?
Boy, bellboy. I'm Mrs. Marlowe. There was a telephone call. You paged my husband in the bar. Do you remember? Oh, you must remember him. Frank Marlowe. You came to our table. Over 6 feet tall.
Oh, yes. Man in white suit. I remember man in white suit. He left hotel with 2 men.
Oh, well, that couldn't have been my husband. He doesn't know anybody here.
Oh, man in white suit. He walked out with 2 men.
Where are the police headquarters?
Arsenal Street.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Marlowe.
How long have you been married, Mrs. Marlowe?
2 years. But what has that to do with my husband's disappearance?
Were you and your husband ever separated?
Well, yes, but no more than...
Did you and your husband quarrel today?
Well, he didn't feel well on the plane trip, and he was out of sorts, but...
Well, if your husband wasn't feeling very well, perhaps he went to see a doctor.
Well, surely he would have come back to tell me.
Before we file a missing persons report, let's call the hotel, shall we? Crown Hotel, please.
Suite 809, please. Inspector, you are completely mistaken if you think my husband's disappearance has anything whatever to do with a domestic difficulty.
Mrs. Marlowe, what does your husband do? Is he in business or politics?
He's a businessman in investments. But what has that to do with all this? I just want you to try and find him.
We'll find him, Mrs. Marlowe, if it's a police matter.
Thank you.
You have trouble?
My husband, I thought I saw him, a man in a white suit.
Many white suits in Hong Kong, Mrs. Marlowe.
You know me?
Where there is trouble, I am much acquainted.
Trouble? Is my husband in trouble? What kind of trouble? You know.
What Hong Kong sound does not know, he has way of finding out. Please, come with me.
Where?
The House of 7 Existences. We can talk privately there. Sometimes it's better to do business without police. Come, please, Mrs. Marlowe. Very fine description of Mr. Morrow. 6'4", brown hair, white suit. How about ring, watch, emblem in buttonhole?
Well, he wears a watch on his left wrist. Oh, and his reading glasses. He carries his reading glasses in his breast pocket.
Good, good, very good. He carries a gun?
No.
You are sure?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything.
Contract of employment. Sign, please. Fee is $100. If I find something, fee is $200. Please. Suggest now you go back to hotel and wait. Do not be surprised if you see me following you.
Following me?
If something is wrong, you may be the reason. If nothing is wrong, Hong Kong Sang wish to correct $100.
Thank you.
Marlowe. Your husband came back. He stopped by at the desk to register. He's upstairs in your suite.
Oh, thank you. Frank. Darling.
Don't touch the phone. Sit down.
Where's my husband? What have you done to him?
I'm your husband for a while, anyway. Yeah.
But that's Frank's passport with your photograph.
Sure. I've got his clothes. I've got his wife.
Where is Frank? What have you done with him?
Oh, he's okay for now. What happens to him is up to you. We're going back to the States together, you and me. Mr. and Mrs. Frank Marlowe.
Oh, you are insane. I won't do it.
You'll do it, unless you want to see your husband suddenly dead. That's an 8-story jump. Hey, you think I won't use this? You don't listen too good. I'll give it to you again. You make any trouble, your husband gets killed right away.
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
Right now, I'm Frank Marlowe. Well, maybe I better tell you the rest of it, and you'll know that I'm not just fooling around. Back in the States, there are some people who think it's safe to deal me out of things. They think I can't get back into the country. Well, they got a couple of surprises coming to them. Me and this.
Oh, you'll never get away with this. Never.
We'll get away with it. A nice-looking couple traveling. They'll never think of looking for me that way.
Well, why Frank and me? Why did you pick on us?
Simple. Nobody downstairs saw him. Nobody in Hong Kong saw him, not enough to recognize him. Besides, we kind of look alike. Once we get on that plane, it's a cinch. Your husband goes free. Nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to you. If you're smart. Now, pick up that phone and call the police. Well, you went there, didn't you? I don't want them nosing around this hotel while we're having our dinner downstairs.
Here? In this hotel?
Sure. I want people to see the Marlowes now. After all, we're going to spend the night here. Now, you pick up the phone and call the police. Pick it up. You make it sound real good. Like a misunderstanding between you and your husband. Everything's okay now.
Your call, please.
I'd like a drink. I need one.
All right. Just be careful.
That couple are entering the bar. Their names, please.
Mr. and Mrs. Frank Marlowe.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
You just remember, I've got this gun, so if you should happen to get away with anything, your husband will be killed. It's all wrapped up.
I'd like a scotch.
Mrs. Marlowe, your husband came back?
Yes. Yes, he did. This gentleman, when I was so worried about you, offered to help. I should have called you.
Ah, yes. Still, you signed contract of employment.
I told him I would pay him for any help or information.
Didn't say how much.
$200, please. So happy to be of service.
You took a big chance not telling me about him.
How do I know you haven't killed Frank already? I must see him.
You can talk to him on the phone.
Oh, you could tricked that, like you tricked everything else. I must see him. I must see him tonight.
I'll arrange it. You'll see him. Waiter. You've seen him. Let's go.
Oh, I must talk to him.
No.
I must talk to him.
All right. You can have a dance with him, a short one. Well, you've got guns all over this place. You can be killed right out there on the floor, both of you.
How are you?
Fine, Christine. You?
All right.
Listen, they say that once you're back in the States, they'll let me go.
Oh, they're lying. They'll never let you go. They'll kill you.
Christine, you've got to do exactly as they say. Once you're safe, once you're on the plane, then I'll try to escape.
But how, Frank? How?
I don't know.
Earlier tonight, I thought we had a chance.
What do you mean?
A Chinese man. He calls himself Hong Kong Sam. I hired him when you were missing. They don't know about it.
Maybe you can still help.
Oh, I don't know. It seems to me he'd have gone to the police by now. Frank, this may be our only chance. Let's make a break for it tonight now. Maybe we have a chance if we can reach that door.
Yeah. Maybe our only chance. Okay, come on.
$2,000. I didn't have $2,000. How could you possibly think I would? But I brought some of my jewelry. It's worth far more than $2,000. You can take that. You see, I must know where my husband... If you make one move toward me, I'll kill you.
Oh, where'd you get that?
I have been shopping for all sorts of things. I know where Frank is.
If you knew that, you'd have gone for the police.
They may shoot him before the police move in. I want him here. Now, it's your turn to use the phone.
If I don't?
I'll kill you. Frank, are you all right?
I'm all right, honey. You seem to be doing fine.
Darling, they would have killed us, both of us.
Yeah, well, it's okay now. I'll take that. What happened to yours? I don't know, Frank. She got out. Somehow she got out.
No, Frank. No. It isn't true. It can't be true. I wasn't sure. Oh, I prayed I was wrong.
What?
The Chinese man, Hong Kong Sam. You're the only one who knew about him. That's why he was killed tonight. And you were watching me outside the police station.
All right. So you fit the pieces together.
Not all the pieces. Not until now.
Just enough to get you in so deep that you can't get out.
Why, Frank? Why? Why did you tie yourself up with that killer?
Narcotics is a business that sometimes calls for killing.
And that's why you brought me to Hong Kong, telling me that you loved me and using me like this? I don't know anything about you at all.
All right, so now you know. But it's too late for you to do any talking about it.
You may be wrong, Frank.
Come on, Frank, let's get her out of here.
I've already talked to the police.
That will work, Christine.
I'm sure they saw you come into the hotel.
She's bluffing.
They're probably on their way to the suite now.
Christine, get away from that door.
There are no bullets in that gun, Frank.